Oh, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. My name is Hussein. Happy to be with you. Happy to be with me. Hope you're having a good night. And I went and saw a movie today, and I just want to encourage everybody to go see it. It was really great. Um, I didn't even know about it, but just heard, and really was turned into a really great, really was a good movie. So let me see if I can show you the. Here's the website for it. Okay, let me show you the website. This is it right here, and it's an interesting look at the relationship between the revivalist George Whitefield and Benjamin Franklin, and I got to be honest. I'm a little bit critical when I go to watch a Christian movie. Sometimes I think, uh-oh. But this was really very well done. And the acting was excellent. I mean, I'm really so impressed with the acting was just really good. The guy who played George Whitefield, he just was excellent, and Benjamin Franklin as well. I was really surprised, and the music and the production and the photography and I mean, seriously, I'm not saying that Christian movies are not, you know, but a lot of them are not. A lot of them aren't really that high quality, unfortunately. We kind of have a reputation for that. But this one was totally, really, I mean, they hit it out of the park and did an excellent job, as well as being very informative because I mean, the topics are so relevant to our day right now, and in terms of the politics, but also in terms of the Christian heritage of America. So, if you get a chance to go see it, I really encourage it. I mean, and I've very rarely, I mean, I've watched a lot of different Christian movies. I've watched God's Not Dead. I remember watching that, God's Not Dead, and that had what's his name, Sorbo. I mean, it had some big name actors in it, and yet it was still just a borderline corny. And then there's several other Christian movies that just you go, wow, you know, I think we could do better than this. And because these movies make a lot of money, and so they should be able to, really make a good product. And but with this movie, The Great Awakening, they really did make a very good product here. And so if you were thinking about going, I encourage you to go. It was definitely worth it. So, all right. So that's kind of my view about this movie. And I really think, really, I mean, I was really impressed. So praise the Lord. I really enjoyed the movie, enjoyed the music, enjoyed all the different aspects of it. So, anyway, I kind of got a crazy idea today. I kind of wanted to just look at the Quran and see what it says about the cross, about cross. The Quran kind of has set itself up as the enemy of the cross. And, but, let's just take a look at some of the passages in the Quran and in the Hadith about the cross, about crucifixion. Okay, so, all right. And by the way, I'm also keeping an eye on what's going on with our friend Malik. I watched what he did, and I know he's going to be doing something tomorrow as well. And you know, just the way he's pushing all these buttons, man, and causing all this trouble. And um, now I get the impression that not a lot of Muslims are supporting him in what he's doing, but he has really brought a lot of disgrace, and he's. I just don't understand. To be honest, it seems to me like he's got issues, maybe demonic issues going there that makes him constantly be attacking, constantly being on the attack against God Logic and his wife, against David, against Thaddeus, and other um, other apologists. I mean, I heard today, he was talking about apostate of Allah. Uh, who else did he mention? I know he's mentioned Chris Claus before, mentioned Jai, and Daughter of Christ. Just, what's going on with this guy? Why is he acting like this? What is it that is driving him? And I got to be honest, just it really it feels demonic. It feels demonic. The level of hatred, the level of anger at Christians, um, and the Christian apologists. Um, I don't know. To me, it just seems demonic. And so, anyway, I guess he's got a video coming out tomorrow where he's not sure. I'm kind of curious to go see if um, Malik, Malik. I don't know if this is the Malik Muslim apologist. Okay, here's okay. Well, um, Dr. Malik. Okay, I don't know if that would Dr. Malik. Um, don't, so I don't know where his page is, to where we can go see if he has posted his new. Okay, I think this is his page right here, Dr. Malik. Um, good for you. Let's see if there's any live. Dunya, better off by yourself. Okay. Um, all right. Well, looks like he's the same. Yeah. Looks like music videos, to be honest. It looks like he's yeah, I know he's a a rapper, a wannabe rapper. So anyway, but yeah, they're expecting another video from him. So it'll be interesting to see. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go and look in the Quran specifically about the subject of the cross. And just here. Okay. I'm going to look in both the Quran and in the Hadith. A lot of the times, the word cross, you know what? I think I wonder if I should just put the Arabic word, because You know, the word cross in English has so many different meanings, so you can find them using the word in English cross when it actually means something else. Like cross the way. It doesn't mean something else. Yeah, but it doesn't mean cross like the cross of Jesus Christ, you know. Um, and so I want to use the Arabic word salib. Salib is the Arabic word for cross. And so let me see if I could. Good news. Salib. Hmm. It's like I'm not seeing actually in the Arabic. They're not having not showing it. Salib. Oh, you know what? It almost is. It's almost better to actually have the English, even with all the different translations of, like here, cross the limits, used to cross the limits. Okay, who crossed the limits? Who crossed the limits? That's a big use of the word cross, is cross the limits. Here, this is Surah Al-A'raf 7:124. It says, "Be sure I will cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides, and I will cause you all to die on the cross." Now I'm kind of curious where what exactly that comes from. Um, okay, this is Pharaoh. Pharaoh threatened, "How dare you believe in him before I give you permission?" Hmm. Okay, the Lord of Moses and Aaron. "How dare you believe in him before I give you permission? This must be a conspiracy you devised in the city to drive out its people. But soon you will see. I will certainly cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides, then crucify you all." Surely, they responded, "Surely to our Lord we will all return." So here, apparently, this is the people. The magicians fell down prostrating. Okay. Okay. So this apparently was to the magicians of Pharaoh, and it's so interesting that this is the same punishment that Muhammad commands for those who cause corruption in the land. It says that you cut off their hands and feet on opposite sides and crucify them. And here, supposedly, Pharaoh is threatening the magicians who prostrated before the God of Moses and Aaron. And he says, "I will certainly cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides, then crucify you all." You know, this is very much like, it's so interesting that it's this particular punishment. Muhammad seemed to have a particular fondness for this kind of punishment, um, because let me just show it to you, because it's almost um, show you the 1 second here. We'll save it in here because it's very similar to Muhammad's prescribed punishment for those who cause corruption in the land, and that's 5:33. This is not Barack Obama's favorite verse, it's the one right after it. Okay, and it says here, "And the penalty for those who wage war against Allah and his messenger and spread mischief in the land is death, crucifixion, cutting off their hands and feet on opposite sides, or exile from the land." So Muhammad seemed to like to put crucifixion and cutting off hands and feet in the same paragraph. Okay. And the word in Arabic is yaslubu. the word in Arabic for cross is salib. Taslub, yaslub is to crucify, actually to crucify. So this is another of the cross passages. And it's like Muhammad must have heard, of course, about the cross, which he did, and he denies it. Um, so, but he kept it also in his book. He kind of kept that punishment alive. And what's very horrifying is when you see the people who follow Muhammad, like in Syria, some of these terrorist groups, that they actually do crucify people to this day because the Quran says to do it. So this form of punishment is still alive, still being used, by the ones that used it last, that we saw most commonly was ISIS in Syria, where they were actually crucifying Christians there. And okay, let's just take a look here. Okay, cross the sea, do not cross the limits. It seems like cross the limits. Here's another one. Now this right here is actually going back to the story of Joseph in the Bible. Muhammad obviously heard about it and put it in the Quran. And this is about the two, the bread, what do they call them? The baker and the wine taster who came to Joseph when he was in prison because Pharaoh got mad at them. And so this is Muhammad's attempt to tell this story. It says, "Oh, my two companions of the prison," this will be Joseph speaking. In Arabic, his name is Yusuf, by the way. "As to one of you, he will pour out the wine for his Lord to drink." That's the wine taster. "As for the other, he will hang from the cross, and the birds will eat from off his head." Let's see how it says it in Arabic. Yes, Hobby, my friends, is Sijin, prison friends. Amma ahad kama fayuski rabbu. One of you is going to give drink to his Lord. Khamran, wine. Amma il akhar fayuslab. But the other will be crucified. Fata'kul at-tayr min rasu. So the birds are going to eat from off his head, which was similar to the interpretation of the dream that Joseph spoke to the baker. Remember the baker? He said he saw three baskets of bread or something on his head, and then Joseph told him that means that in 3 days Pharaoh was going to have him killed. Okay, you cross the limit. You cannot cross the forbidden barrier. You cannot cross barrier. They cannot cross. Okay, here's another one. This is 2649. There's one thing about the Quran is that it includes some stories over and over and over and over again. And there's a huge, huge emphasis on Pharaoh and the Exodus. There's a huge, I think it tells the Exodus story like 27 times or something. But anyway, said Pharaoh, "Believe ye in him before I give you permission. Surely he is your leader who has taught you sorcery. But soon you shall know. Be sure I will cut off your hands and feet on opposite sides and will cause you to die on the cross." Okay. La aslubkum jami'an, to crucify you all. Okay, so, okay. "Leave your wives, whom your Lord created, for indeed you are a people who cross the limit." Okay, cross the limits, and cross your arms tightly. Okay, cross all limits. So do not cross the limit. Barriers they never cross. Okay, so again, we cross over. Sirat, cross a valley. Uh-oh. It's not showing the word again. 1, 2. Okay, now these are not, I don't understand why. Okay. Faithful him crossed the river. Okay. I'm not seeing the word cross here, so I'm not sure why it's pulling these up. I'm not sure exactly what. Okay, cross. Now I'm going to look for another word, which is crucify. Okay, most famous one here. They did not kill him or crucify him. Okay, blatant denial of salvation there. Perhaps the most famous verse in the Quran. You know, every Muslim knows this verse. Okay, that Muhammad's mythology that Jesus wasn't crucified, and that the Jews said that they crucified him. Crucify you all together. Okay, it's again, we talked about this one already. I will surely crucify on the trunks of the date palms, and you shall know which one of us, Pharaoh or the Lord of Moses, can give the severe, more lasting torment. So again, this is Pharaoh talking. Like I said, in the Quran, there's not that many stories, different stories, but there's the stories that are there are quite often repeated many times. So here we've seen 3 times where Pharaoh is threatening the magicians. Here again, there's another one, same thing here. Okay, Khalif. Okay, that was Taha 27:1, and this is now chapter 26, Surah 26, Al-Shu'ara. Okay, again, here it says, it's the same situation where Pharaoh is threatening to crucify the magicians. Cross. So this is like 4 times so far. There's like 4 times so far the same situation. You accepted the word of Moses even before I granted you leave to do so. And again, here's another one, Yusuf again. Okay, we already mentioned this one, crucified, okay? The death penalty for those, okay? First, okay. Which is better? Okay. Cross, crucify, purify. Okay, I'm not seeing those words. No, I'm kind of curious now. I'd like to go to the Hadith actually and see what it says about, let me see, crucify. Okay, it's not permissible for a Muslim to, except in 3 cases, to be killed. Okay, an adulterer who's been married who is to be stoned, a man who kills a Muslim deliberately, and a man who leaves Islam and wages war against Allah, who is to be killed, crucified, or banished from the land. So this is the punishment for a Muslim who leaves Islam, is that they be crucified. So, okay, this is a Sahih hadith. Okay, so, okay, clause 8. Okay. When the Prophet proceeded. Okay, now this is interesting here. It says she announced that her slave and slave girl would be free after her death. One night they went to her and strangled her with a sheet of cloth until she died, and they ran away. The next day, Omar announced among the people, anyone who has knowledge about them or has seen them should bring them to him, to Omar, Umar, after their arrest, ordered them to crucify them, and they were crucified. Shahada Beta. Let me see what it says in Maslubin bil Medina. And this is the first crucifixion at Medina. The first crucifixion at Medina, which kind of leads you to think that there were other crucifixions at Medina. So, nine. Kind of curious now. Let me ask Grok. Let me ask Grok now. I'm kind of curious. Where in the world is crucifixion still used? Oops, it's not talking. It says crucifixion as capital punishment is extremely rare in the modern world, is not actively practiced as live execution method. Okay. However, it remains on books as a legal punishment under Sharia law. Saudi Arabia is the only country where crucifixion is still occasionally imposed and carried out. Saudi Arabia is the only country where crucifixion is still carried out. It usually involves beheading first, followed by publicly displaying the body on a cross or pole, sometimes for 3 days. Saudi courts have sentenced people to this for offenses like armed robbery, rape, and drug-related crimes in extreme cases. Reports from human rights groups confirm it has been used in the past decade, including a high-profile case in the sentencing of Ali al-Nimr. Okay, Saudi Arabia in 2025 had a record 356 executions. Most were by beheading, but crucifixion remains an available aggravated. Sudan's penal code Sudan also allows it. Okay, in Iran, crucifixion is theoretically one of the hudud punishments under Sharia for certain offenses, but in practice, those sentenced to it are almost always executed by other means. Okay. Okay, ISIS used it in 2014. Okay, so Saudi Arabia is the last country in the world where it is still practiced. Interesting. Okay. Okay, it's repeated several times that this is the punishment for people who commit adultery, had them crucified. Okay, there was the guy, the guys who came to Muhammad, and they had stomach issues, stomach problems, and Muhammad told them to go to his camel shepherd and drink camel urine. They did, and supposedly they felt better afterwards, according to the hadith. But they turned around and killed the shepherd, the camel shepherd, and took his camels. But they were caught, and Muhammad had their eyes gouged out with hot nails, and he had them crucified. Cut off their hands and feet and had them crucified. So Islam kind of revived that method of punishment. It's kind of interesting. All right, cross the river. Cross the river. People of the cross will raise the cross and will say the cross has prevailed. Okay. The cross has prevailed. Then a man among the Muslims will become angry and will go and break the cross. Then the Romans will prove treacherous, breaking the treaty, and will gather for the fierce battle. So there's a Muslim who goes and breaks a cross, and then the Romans, which are believed to be Christian, even though it's not really true, they will use crucifixion, according to this crazy hadith. Okay. Okay, cross the river, the cross, and say, the cross has conquered. One of the Muslims will become angry and smash it. I heard the messenger say, you will make a secure peace with the Byzantines. Then you and they will fight an enemy behind you, and you will be victorious. Take booty and be safe. You will then return and alight in a meadow with mounds, and one of the Christians will raise the cross and will say, the cross has conquered. One of the Muslims will become angry and smash it, and the Byzantines will act treacherously and prepare for the battle. Okay, so okay, all right. These are some of the hadiths about the cross. All right. So anyway, I really didn't have much of an opportunity to prepare anything for today, so I'm going to go ahead and just call it a night for today. We've been on for half an hour. So, okay. I think there's problems with the YouTube. So, anyway, in case you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. يسوع ساعدني. يسوع سامحني. يسوع ادخل قلبي. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you. God bless you.